Yeah. Well,
Pardon?
wait till Elizabeth comes
Yeah,
up, then
okay,
you can
well,
get her on camera and say, what have you found? So,
Hi guys. Everyone's out there in YouTube land. I'm currently standing at a crossroads and we're hoping to shoot a little bit of just Cambodian life, you know, as it happens. You never know how this is going to work. You can see over my shoulders some big clouds and it's just beginning to rain. So the mischievous little boy in me is thinking this could be quite good fun, catching everyone sort of rushing for shelter and all that stuff. And also we might get a good sunset, we don't know. On the other hand, we might have to run from a storm. I'll just show you where we are. So as you can see, we're on a crossroads here. We've got a little road comes down here. One comes around behind me here, where our good friend Mr. Makara lives. He lives in a house just up here. Mr. Makara is our go-to tuk-tuk man. Lovely, lovely, lovely guy. But we've also, more interestingly, got this little road behind me here, going off down there. And I hope you can see its potential, because the sun, if we get a sunset, will set somewhere kind of over here. So it's a really great location. You can see a bit of colour coming into the sky there already. Whether it'll work or not, we don't know. One of the interesting things with running these workshops is what happens as the week goes on. So we always try and do a little bit of a talk when we arrive somewhere and just sort of say, you know, hey guys, this location works well for this, or it works well for that. This is a great location for shooting a bit of life and getting a little bit of a brief, things to watch for. But as the confidence grows over the week, everyone scatters like cats, you know, they're off. So some have gone off down this road here. Look at that sky, isn't that awesome? Hi! Hi! Hello! Some have scattered off down here. Some are behind me down here, just sort of hanging around under the tree where you can see Simon. And some of them have disappeared all the way back up this road here. And you can see this tree about here. This is where we did pretty much the first broadcast with Simon. Hello Alan, thank you for joining me. Good, the signal is back, good, because I know it's a bit dodgy here. Please tell me if this is a really bad one, because in which case I'll stop it, because there's no point doing it if it keeps dropping in and out. Yeah, most of the guys have run back up here, but we kind of chose not to go to that location again this evening as the main location because of this new house, which has only appeared in the last 6 months or so. It kind of spoils the shot. If you go to my website, photographycourses.biz/Asia Live, the first photo is of a guy with a buffalo and the sun's setting and it's sort of warm and hot and dusty, but that white house over my shoulder here wasn't there in those days. Speaking of buffalo, there's a thing coming down the road now. See if I can show you. You might be able to hear it. See this machine coming up the road? They're called Chinese buffalo. Not officially, but unofficially, because they're made in China and they've taken over, hello, hi, they've taken over the work of a buffalo, and the long handles kind of look like buffalo horns, so they sometimes get called Chinese buffalo, which I think is really quite cool. You can see as well, just from the reactions to people seeing me filming things, and you know, we've been shooting in temples and stuff today, how friendly these people are. Someone was saying about, is street photography okay? And you know, obviously you can see people are laughing and smiling. You know, street photography is the easiest thing in the world here because really people don't mind. Look at this, Simon, where's Simon? I don't know where he's gone. There's a little girl coming down the street. Look at this little girl. Hi, hello, I like your hat. Nice hat. Hello. Hello. Hello, you a lovely hat. It's beautiful. You want to wave? Say hello, look. Have you heard of YouTube? Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for letting me take your photo.
No.
Yeah. Akun.
Yeah.
Akun Tom Tom. It's just so cool here, you know. And can you imagine what kind of a shot, you know, something like that would make? Just catching somebody walking up the road like that, a little kid. I don't think this is going to be a very long broadcast. Morning from Romsey. Hello, Mac 3 Music. You're just up the road from me when I'm, of course, back in sunny England. We're probably not going to do a great deal here because this is one of those places you often have to hang around for a long time for something to happen. We don't know if anything is going to happen. I think we've got a quad bike tour just coming up the road behind me. I'm not sure, I don't want to keep going on with this if it's not going to be terribly interesting, but we've got a quad bike tour coming up. We usually use quad bikes to come out here because often it's very muddy. We tried to come out here the other day, but we couldn't really do it because one of the roads was washed out and we missed the sunset and all that stuff. So Mr. Taplin going past. But these sorts of locations are really great. So, you know, I would urge you, if you do go somewhere, you know, talk to a local and see if you can get them to take you out of town and into the city, and into the countryside. And then just hang out at a little crossroads like this for a while. Because there's some awesome pictures to be taken. I've just spied Lucy, who is a little bit of a star photographer going on here. Hello, Lucy. Hello. Have you got some nice shots?
Yeah, I think, well, some of them, but I had a question for you.
You have a question for me? No, go for it if you like.
Yeah, I was wondering, you know when you've got, for example, two people in a photography?
Yes.
And you want to focus on both of them?
You want to focus on both of them?
So where should you put your
Okay,
point?
So you've got, do you mind if I show the guys your photo?
No, no problem.
Hang on, that's okay. I'm going to turn the camera around for you.
Dark.
No, it's fine. Let me just zoom in on the back. So here is Lucy's photo. So the guy closest, he's sharp?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
and the guy further back is not quite so sharp.
No.
So your question was, how do we get them both sharp?
Yeah.
Where to
Basically,
focus?
yeah, what
So
the point?
aperture, can I see aperture on there? No. If we can display the aperture.
5.6.
Okay, so aperture was 5.6. If you make the aperture just a bit smaller, maybe f8,
Okay. Yeah.
depth of field gets a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
and then you probably have both sharp.
Okay, nice.
But
Yeah.
don't make it really, really small, you know?
Yeah,
Otherwise you get
Okay, thank you.
too much sharp and you
Yeah.
can't have the background soft.
And you know the small square for the focus point?
Yes.
Where should I put it? In the middle?
I would put it on the first guy
first,
to
okay.
begin with,
Yeah.
and I know it's hard because you
Yeah,
don't want them
you
to
don't want
move
yeah.
and you don't want them to go away. I think f8, you probably just put it on the first guy. Maybe put it on his shoulder, you know, the shoulder that's just slightly further back.
Yeah, okay, so in the middle.
But really go for the first guy.
Okay, thank you. Well,
Lovely
nice.
shot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy.
Welcome.
It's so funny, everyone really, really did get off the tuk-tuk and run. So, yeah, the tip really for these sorts of places, get out into the countryside and then just hang out. Wait to see, hang on, I've got to get my microphone on. Wait to see what was going to happen. Guys, if any of you have a question, please post them because my shirt is soaked. Hello! My shirt is just soaking wet. I couldn't get the microphone on. If anyone's got a question, please post it because I'm not going to stay here forever with this sort of situation because there's no point if there's not much action. This is often about waiting. We've been here maybe half an hour or more to see what would happen. There's only 8 of you there, so I'm probably going to stop this one in a moment. I'm sorry, 8 of you who are here, but I don't think there's a great deal of point saving it. I was hoping something was going to happen because the rain was starting to come in. People started rushing down the roads to get, you know, home, to get out of the rain, and then the rain didn't happen. Earlier on today, we were at a temple where there was a festival going on. I didn't have any live connection, so I couldn't do a live, but I have got a little short video, about 8 minutes long, where I just thought you might like to see some of what was going on, some of the action in the temple. It was a festival where they invite the spirits back into the temple, so I will probably post that later on tonight when we go home. We're all very, very hot and very, very sweaty. But we're going to go and have dinner with our good friend, Mr. Makara, and his wife. She's preparing dinner for us in a house that is over behind me. Can you see this blue place here? His house is just behind it over there. He is our go-to tuk-tuk man. And Simon Taplin has stolen his motorbike and is riding around on it.
Everyone.
Hello everyone.
Bags are over there. I'm just going to go and see how Bernie's getting on over here.
So did you steal the tuk-tuk? Because
I did. I unhooked the tuk-tuk, so everyone's in different places. So I'm just motoring around and making sure everyone's okay.
so everyone's just scattered like cats, haven't
they're
they?
all over the place and getting great shots. It's a magical place. It really
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Oops, I stalled it.
Oh well, novice.
Okay,
See you later.
See you later.
I think you can see behind me there's a little bit of sky sunset action going on. Sunsets are the domain of waiting, hanging around to see what the weather's going to do, see what the light's going to do. There's no point me keeping you here online. This will turn into a very, very boring film indeed. So but you can see how the colour has changed since we got here, and I think you can see the potential over my shoulder for some really quite nice shots if we get something. So if we get some nice shots, and the guys have got some awesome ones, we'll post them on the website gallery at photographycourses.biz Asia Live, so you can see what these guys are shooting. Apologies for not having many on there yet. It's because we haven't had much time to do it, and some of these guys are really learning their way with their computers. It's other workshops, people know really what they're doing, but these guys are kind of feeling their way with it a bit, so we haven't got a great number of shots. There's some there now, there will be more in a day or two. Look at that, just went over my shoulder. What a great shot that would have been, you see? Just stood here facing the other way, click, and you've got it. That's very kind of you, Jeff and Chris Cunningham. Thank you. They just said I'm not boring you. But I am kind of wondering what on earth to say. That's why I say if anyone has a question, there's only 11 of you live at the moment, so it could be a good time to ask one. I'll just give a little walk around here, just sort of see if there's some different angles, see if anyone thinks of anything. Okay, well, as I said, there's not a great deal to say, so sorry if this one's a little boring, it's a little bit dull, but I really did think something was going to kick off. Anyway, take care, thanks to the few of you who've just checked in. If anyone's watching this in the playlist, check out the gallery a bit later. Is anyone doing time-lapse on the workshop? Good question, Alan. No, as far as I'm aware, they're not at the moment. Somebody could, it could be done, especially in a place like this, but it's suddenly gone quiet, so there's not a great deal happening. Anyway, I'm gonna check out now, and we'll share some of the pictures we get here with you in the gallery. Thanks for checking in, you guys, and I'll catch you soon. Take care. Oh, and I'm going to post the video I shot at the temple when I get back to the hotel later on, after we've got back from Mr. Makara's and I've had a shower and I'm not quite so smelly. See you later.